last 3 years. I decided to come home a few weeks ago to give myself the best opportunity to keep developing, and obviously once I heard the interest from Glentoran, it was a no-brainer for myself and my family.
And you came back from across the water. You're familiar with the Irish League, you're a young lad. Just explain to us your Irish League experience.
Well, I've been in Glenavon for 2 years. I broke kind of into the first team in my first year at Glenavon. I loved it there. Really enjoyed it. In the second year, I actually won the Irish Cup as well before I departed for Leeds. Obviously, the league was for me at that stage brilliant. You know what I mean? The fans, the club at the time was brilliant as well. And really, it was such an eye opener into professional football, and that's why I kind of took the chance to go across the water then.
And you've spent the last number of years across the water at Leeds United in York, and surely just explain to us about your time in England, playing obviously full-time football.
Well, I went into the academy football at Leeds. I was there, played the under-18s for a year, then made the transition up into the 21s. I was there for I think 3 or 4 months, and then I went on loan to Lincoln City for the last 3 months of the season. Loved it. Really enjoyed my first year. Obviously it was hard with settling in and stuff, but once I was settled I really enjoyed it. Obviously in my third year I went to York City. I was there. Obviously it wasn't the season that I maybe would have liked or really deserved in some cases, but I got down, just kept going with it really, and then obviously ended up on Chorley on loan for the last 3 months of the season. Didn't really play as much, had a bit of trouble with injury and stuff and that's kind of why I came to the decision to come back and reinvent myself. I mean, the size of the club, it speaks for itself. The history of the club and the stadium, the fans. It's it's one of, if not the biggest club in Northern Ireland. So for me, it was really a no-brainer. Once I spoke to the gaffer and the chairman, it made my mind up for me.
And there's a wee bit of history involving your family
at
Glentoran. Your dad obviously played for Glentoran. For those Glen men that don't know your dad, just explain to us a little bit about that.
My dad, I think he came through the academy system. I think when he was about 18 or 19. He broke into the side. He'd done really well, and he actually secured himself a contract at Newcastle United. Unfortunately, he broke his leg in the last game. I think it was the County Antrim Shield final that he broke it. And obviously never got the opportunity. And to be honest, ever since I've kind of been a young boy, Glentoran's been always the talk of the house. My first ever game that I went to was actually a Glentoran and Oma Town game, Oma obviously being where I'm from. And it's been a club kind of steeped in our family history, and my dad was obviously delighted for me to come here.
And was he obviously a big influence in your decision coming here? Did you want to follow in his footsteps?
I suppose a bit of it, yeah. Obviously it's nice for me to come back to the club where my dad's been at as well, and people coming over and saying, oh, I would have known your dad and stuff, but for me that didn't really play a part in coming. If my dad had just been a normal cricket player, say, it wouldn't have made a difference. So obviously when I spoke to the chairman and the manager, it made my mind up for me, and it really made my mind.
And what was it the chairman and the manager said to you that made you say, I want to sign for Glentoran?
See, the club the last few years maybe underachieved for the size of it. And when I spoke to the manager and the chairman told me their vision, what they had planned for the next few years and what they wanted to do this season, and to be honest, I thought it just suited me as a player and where I'm at in my career as well, and it was just something that I had to feel a part of and want to be a part of.
And you were up at training last week. You've been in amongst the boys prior to the game against Ballinamallard. You went down and watched the game against Ballinamallard. What have you thought of the team, morale in it so far?
To be honest, they are the top group of lads. Obviously you've got the older guys in around the team. You've got Curtis Allens and the Elliot Morrises of this world, and valuable experience at this level. And obviously you've got a lot of young lads coming through. For young lads like myself that are coming through, players like that around the place is just, it's invaluable. And when I went to the game on Saturday, everybody was pulling the same direction. They're playing for the club, they're playing for the manager, and it was really exciting. I was glad to see them win. And
I suppose for your own career, you're 20 years of age, you're going to come in. Curtis Allen is the striker at the minute. You're going to learn from him, but you can offer something to the young academy players, probably breaking in the likes of young Paul O'Neill, because at Paul's age you were breaking into the Glenavon side. Mm-hmm. What do you hope to learn? What do you hope to give back to your teammates at Glentoran?
Well, obviously, from my point of view, playing with Curtis Allen is probably the second best position in the Irish League. He's an unbelievable goal scorer, and if I can pick little pieces up from him and learn from him, and obviously playing with them week in, week out. That's the plan. Obviously, I'll learn so much. But for young academy lads coming through, obviously I've been there. You know what I mean? I've come up through Glentoran, and I've got that move across the water. If that is what the young lads want to do, obviously, do you know what I mean, if they want to come and talk to me, or they have something where they need to get off their chest, do you know what I mean, I'm always there to bounce off, you know. So obviously it's just it's very exciting for me to be in the position that I am, and I just hope I can bring as much to this club as possible.
And do you ever set yourself any sort of targets going forward, and how many goals you want to achieve during the season?
Obviously I have targets, but I'm going to keep them to myself. I don't put too much pressure on myself. But at the minute, getting into the team, playing every week, a big part of me wanting to come home was to play every week and get back enjoying football after a poor season last year. But no, I'm just, for me at the minute, it's just getting in, enjoying football and playing week in, week out.
And finally, what can the Glentoran fans expect to see from Robbie McDaid?
Hopefully goals. I'll always give 110%, no matter if it's a training session or anything at all. I'm always going to give my all. I've got a bit of pace, I'm good in the air, and I like to say I'm a goal scorer, so hopefully all those things.